Separation of Kurta. This unit deals with extracting all pattern parts of kurta using the technique of tracing and duplication by providing appropriate seam and fold allowances. The separated patterns will have a description of each part such as name of the part, grain line, notch marks, number of parts to be cut and the size of the garment. By the end of this unit, students will be able to derive various parts of kurta patterns drafted in this method, select appropriate seam finish, apply appropriate seam allowances and provide notch marks according to the fold and seam allowance. In this draft, we have back pattern, front pattern, then front placket. Of course, we can also draft pocket bag which is not necessary, which is squared, so we can make separately. Now, separating of back pattern. Crease the reference line which is now center front line. Ensure it's creased on the center front line. Then take a sufficient length of pattern paper and fold it because the cut pattern should be full. So crease it thoroughly on the middle or whatever width required, crease it thoroughly, then place it on the place the draft on the folded pattern paper. Align the center front on the fold. You can place some weight in. Normally we keep some paper weight so that it won't shift. Align the center front line on folded pattern paper. It's a folded double layer pattern paper and place some weight on it so that it won't shift. Take a tracing paper and place in between the draft and pattern paper. All curve lines can be traced using a tracing wheel. Separation of back pattern. Trace carefully as slow as possible. It can be also before tracing, ensure all the lines measurements are perfect. Any corrections is required, you can also correct it, then go for tracing. Then trace back armhole. since I'm separating the back, so I'm tracing the back armhole. Side seam. Pocket placement notch or mark. In case the sheet is tend to shift, then you can clip it, or you can have lengthier tracing clip. Since it is a straight line, you can trace both the ends. You can also trace ensure all the lines traced, then you can also lift up and see the lines, all lines are traced. Yes. Then remove the draft. After tracing the back pattern, you can remove the draft and draw the lines on the traced portion. With the help of curve and ruler. Tracing waistline is required for references. Then tracing of slit at side is also mandatory. After tracing the outline, then you can start adding seam allowance. Seam allowance will be 8 mm at neckline, and 1 centimeter on shoulder, then 1 centimeter on armhole, separation can be made using your convenient technique, but ensure the accuracy of the lines and measurement, which is very important to get the measurement what mentioned or what is required as per the chart. In the pocket portion, you can have 12 mm seam allowance because it should be self-fold and stitched slightly wider. Then again 1 centimeter. One centimeter from slit onwards, again 12 mm because it is rolled and stitched, considered slightly wider. And the hemline will be double fold, that's 8 mm plus 1, so 18 mm is required. If the style is required slightly more width, that can be considered. I'm joining all the markings. Hamul can be shaped with the help of French curve. It can be done in 2-3 shots till you get accurate shape. Neckline, yes, it is 8 mm. Neckline seam allowance is slightly narrower because the turning will be easier and finishing also will be clear. So that's why I preferred less seam allowance. And start cutting. Cut as I mentioned in earlier separations as slow as possible, or you can just follow the way I cut the paper. Yes, since it is a 2-layer, you can spin it so that it won't get any variation in layers. So I just to make convenient, I removed the excess paper so that I can do pinning. So pin in 2-3 places. So have this place in shirt also. When I am doing separation, I have shown, I have given excess that can be adjusted after aligning with the front. So this is required. The measurement application, while applying, we tend to do the millimeter errors, so that to avoid, to get accurate alignment, we need to check after aligning front and back, then cut the final line. As slow as possible in the deeper curve. Here I have left which is a pocket opening. I left 12 mm seam allowance or fold allowance. That also helps to identify the opening of the pocket. It's a pocket opening, then side slit, then hemline. Then draw a green line which is parallel to center back and write the part name back cut 1 because it is on fold, size M. With this I am completing the separation of back pattern. With this separation of back pattern is over, you can indicate the grain line and part name and how many pieces to be cut and size. Then also mark which is getting roll over to the front, and you can also show stitch lines in the pocket opening portion with the dotted line. That shows to the operators, whoever stitches the garment, the pocket to be stitched, opening to be stitched here. So then along with the front I am going to do the notching mark, which required to be all the pattern separated. Then after that marking can be done. So as I told, the waistline, can be also shown. Waistline also can be shown with the continuous line. Chest line also drawn for the reference. So with this, back pattern is completed. Separation of front pattern of kurta. Take paper on fold and crease thoroughly. Then place the drafted pattern and align on the fold. To secure, you can pin, or else as I told, you can place some weight on it so that it won't shift. The earlier one for the back will be center back, now center front or front pattern, it should be center front. Here we are going to trace the front portion of the pattern, that is starting from front neckline, moving to shoulder, then front armhole. The side seam will remain same as the back. So with the help of tracing paper, we can trace neckline, after aligning on the center front with the folded pattern paper. Place tracing paper in between. Take the tracing paper and start tracing the front neck. Here ensure it is a front shoulder line. Then front armhole. Of course, it's slightly complicated, you have to do very carefully. Again, pocket opening. Slit opening. Waistline. That's a placket slit. Then of course chest line. After tracing, remove the draft pattern. Then ensure all the lines and give a proper cross marks. Waistline. Then hemline. Now add seam allowance. Give stitch lines at the pocket marking. Then start adding seam allowance. Neckline 8 mm. Then shoulder 1 centimeter. Armhole 1 centimeter. Then side seam 1 centimeter. Then pocket 12 mm. Then again side seam 1 centimeter. Twelve mm. Then hemline 1.8 centimeter. Now start cutting. You can pin it as I did in the back because deeper curves. Now start cutting. So front pattern is separated. Few final corrections is required that can be done with the help of back pattern. I will take the back pattern and place the front pattern on the top and check the alignments. When you roll over the back pattern shoulder on the front, the alignment at neckline and armhole is very essential, otherwise the shape may tend to do a mistake. Misalign the neckline and armhole will give heel look. So I'll crease the shoulder line of back pattern with the help of owl or tracing wheel or any pointed tool. Align center front on center back, then fold the back shoulder, that's a rollover. After cutting the front and back, place the front on the back pattern and crease the shoulder line with the help of pierce or pointed tool. It can be creased with pins also, push pin or draping pin. Then bring this on top of the front pattern See, align at shoulder is perfect. In the neckline, yes, we need to do the corrections. Correction in the sense final lines. Have it's already there in the pattern, that itself getting aligned. So mark that, then we can cut the final curve at eye shoulder point. Yes, it's perfect. Now I have aligned the front neck shoulder, it's perfect. Now coming to the back neck, yes, I have cut the one layer, now cutting the underline also, that is chopping out the excess. See, once you familiar with the system, I mean the method, you can do the final cutting. In the beginning, it's advisable to leave excess and fold and ensure it is aligning properly. With this separation of front and back yoke is done. Now in the front, I have also marked the placement of the placket. Just you can give a marks. This end point of the placket and stitch point of the placket. Then draw a green line which is parallel to center front and mention the part name, front cut 1, because it is on fold, size M. Front placket slit. In the kurta, slit for the placket, front placket, is an critical one. Some calculation is involved in this. The slit length I have measured in the draft is 28 centimeter. Now, slit making from the center front and attaching of under placket and top plackets are different width. So, some calculation is involved here from the center front. You mark 2 centimeter from center front and give a parallel line to center front. That means the total width of the placket is 4 centimeter, which should be distributed 2 centimeter on either side. 2 centimeter left and 2 centimeter front. That's the right side. So measure 2 centimeter again other side, left and right, so that the button placement will be exactly on the center. So it will be helpful to maintain the balance of the placket. Seam allowance continues to other side too. So I'll just draw the seam allowance to other side. So full neckline. Here the center line is the center front line where the buttons or button placement should be placed. Now in the placket of kurta, there will be top placket and under placket. Top placket will be 4 centimeter, under placket can be narrower than the top placket, which can be 3 centimeter or even 2 centimeter also, whereas the extension in the front pattern itself is considered, for which you come towards right 2 centimeter and measure half centimeter seam allowance, or it can be 6-7 centimeter also. Narrow seam allowance is considered. Beginners can give slightly more 2 mm, but here I have considered 7 mm. See, 2 centimeter towards the wearer's left hand side. The right hand side will be under placket, left hand side will be top placket, which will be extended for 4 centimeter. So, mark 2 centimeter from center front on the left hand side and add seam allowance again towards the center front 7 mm, then start cutting the slit. Which can be just 1 centimeter above the 4 centimeter mark, and give a V cut. When you give the slit extension from here up to here, exactly on the center front button will be placed. Under placket from here you can extend for 2 centimeter by giving under placket, so that the button will fall on exactly center front. So I'll also show you the marking of the placket. This will be the placket construction. If placket is 3 centimeter, yes, make 1.5 centimeter on both sides. Now 2 placket will be made. That's for left hand side top placket and right hand side under placket. That will be following this. Front left hand side top placket pattern. Take 7-8 centimeter width and 32 centimeter length paper on fold. It should be folded thoroughly, and from fold line mark 2 centimeter, which is center of 4 centimeter placket. And draw a line. Unfold the front pattern. Place the center front on the drawn 2 centimeter line. You can leave whatever excess you have here in the bottom level or towards bottom. Yeah, it's now aligned on the center front line. Now trace the neckline on both sides. Then take out the front pattern. Then from the neckline, measure 28 centimeter after leaving the seam allowance of neckline. Neckline is having 8 millimeter seam allowance. From there you need to measure 28 centimeter, which is the total length of the front placket. Then give a cross mark. From this, measure another 2 centimeter. It's a center front line. Then connect the markings. Then add seam allowance 8 mm. Then connect the line. From this 28 mark, measure 4 centimeter and 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter can be taken square and intersection on both sides. Then connect the center mark, which is 28 centimeter. Then the 4 centimeter marking can be shown stitch line. Then add seam allowance for the bottom, that is the V stitch 12 mm. Then draw a line. Then cut. Neckline is already having seam allowance, need not to add again. Staple the layer. Then cut on the seam allowance. So you get placket like this. You can also show the seam allowance and center front line. Here you have two layers on both sides. I mean, layers is layers are there in two sides, whereas from this 4 centimeter stitch under layer is not required. So you can open this and draw the extension line to other side, then leave half centimeter, that is half an inch, which is 12 mm, and from this fold again 1.5 centimeter. Which will be given in your measurement chart or pattern illustration. This portion should be chopped out. See, from your 12 mm, here it's a 15 mm, that is 1.5 centimeter. Then take out the unwanted portion of the front placket. Your placket shape will be like this. So this goes inside. I'll show you again. Goes inside. When attach this to the left hand side slit and taken up, then stitched V. Exactly, it will come on the center front. See, after making this placket, mark buttonhole, which already marked on the draft, can be transferred. The first button, the second button and the third button. So you can give a cross mark. With this placket, left hand side is ready. Take a green line which is parallel to the center front and write the part name and size, and also how many part to be cut. Front left side placket or top placket, whichever is to be mentioned, yes, to be mentioned, and cut 1, size M. So left hand side top placket is ready. Yeah, take paper on fold with the 4 to 5 centimeter width and 30 centimeter in length. Measure 2 centimeter, which is half placket width, then 8 mm for the seam allowance. Then take the front pattern, align on the center front which is extended placket. Yeah, see the right hand side extended placket. Placket should be aligned. Then place the front left hand side neck and align it. Then trace neckline. It should be traced like this. You will get this shape here. Then measure 28 centimeter, that is a placket opening. From the ready line, its neckline is included seam allowance. From the ready line you need to measure 28, which is a placket width and placket opening. Then plus 12 mm seam allowance, which can be chopped out if there is excess while sewing, or fold and stitched. There are 2-3 techniques to give the finishing of placket, which can be done later too. See, I have 28 centimeter mark and 4 centimeter stitch mark. The extension can be given 3 to 4 centimeter. So I have given 4 centimeter, that is 28 centimeter. The under placket will go underneath the top placket. Then start cutting. Cut here, draw grain line, and write the part name, front under placket or front right side placket. Front right placket. Cut 1. So this will be attached here. So on top of this, the top placket will come. It will be like this, then top placket will be like this. With this, top under placket is complete. Let us move to separation of sleeve. Separation of sleeve pattern for kurta. We have drafted the sleeve for kurta, which should be transferred to the paper as we done for the bodies. Take paper on fold having 26 centimeter approximately in width, and fold and crease. It should be folded thoroughly and creased. Place drafted pattern on the creased pattern paper. Ensure it is aligned on the fold rightly. Then place the tracing paper in between the draft pattern and pattern paper. Then trace first back armhole, then front armhole, then bicep line marking, elbow line marking, then hemline. Ensure all the tracings done properly. Then remove the drafted pattern. Connect all the lines. Join inseam, that's the underarm. Then add seam allowance. One centimeter in armhole, one centimeter underarm, that's sleeve inseam. And two centimeter in hemline. Remember, it's a self fold sleeve hem finish, so need to provide fold allowance instead of seam allowance. Your stitch will be 12 mm, 8 mm is for first fold, then second fold is 12 mm. You might have noticed I'm using different techniques in separation itself, small different techniques which is individual, can be considered according to your convenient. You need not to make any standards here. The requirement should not be compromised, that is shapes and curves and measurement should not be varied. Now cutting. As I told, or as I do always, it should be pinned because it's a two layer. For pinning, I am taking out the excess so that cutting will be accurate. Or you, while taking paper, you can take exactly what's required. Some excess is considered. I am not standardizing the few techniques because since it is a skill based requirement, every individual has their own techniques or convenience which they can adopt easily and comfortably. So I leave it to the practice, whoever learner, whoever learn this pattern making method, they can develop their own techniques, convenience without compromising the measurement and curves. Now I have the back armhole here. Need to cut the front armhole, which can be opened and cut. Open the sleeve so it will be full. It will be full. Now add seam allowance for the front armhole, that's 1 centimeter. Learners has to practice repeatedly to familiarize and making accurate patterns only possible with repetitions. I'll mark the seam allowance. And indicate the hemline. Since its width is this is another technique of marking curve lines. You can also use it can be done freehand or it can be used with the French curves. So show the green line and write part name sleeve to be cut a pair or number 2, size is M. With this separation of sleeve completed. Side pocket pouch. I am developing a pattern for side pocket pouch attached in the sides of the kurta. First measure 1 centimeter, then 15 centimeter, draw a perpendicular line, and fold. Here on the top edge you need to show 1 centimeter seam allowance which I marked before folding. So this will be a bag of the side pocket. Mark the center of total, that is a 19 centimeter, 9.5 is the center, then square up. From seam line measure 15 centimeter, square out from the center. From center line on either side measure 6 centimeter on both sides. Then taper to the fold seam line so that you get a tapered shape in the pocket. Then cut. Then show the seam lines 1 centimeter on both sides. Then 1 centimeter on the shape too. This will be a pocket bag cut in length grain with the self fabric, the same fabric, one which use it to make kurta. Pocket bag. It should be cut 2 numbers. Size is M. Pocket bag for kurta. Notch mark for the kurta patterns. Hem fold, sleeve middle, shoulder roll, pocket opening, slit, bottom hem fold, then side seam, pocket bag fold, then top placket seam allowance, under placket seam allowance. With this, notch marking for kurta pattern is complete, which is ready to cut, comment and sew. You have come to the end of this unit. To summarize, in this unit, you have learned how to separate the patterns from the master draft. Thank you.